How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So today we're going to be doing a holiday gift guide for that military, law enforcement, outdoorsman, or preparedness individual in mind. That's what we're going to kind of go over. I have about 15 items here that are starting out very cheap and then just working their way to more expensive. Nothing too crazy though, but small items. Now the premise off of this is the best gifts that you can buy 100% are things that they will use every single day. Right? Something that they'll pull out of their pocket or they have stashed away in the house that they use, because then they'll be reminded of you every time they use it. And second of all, it improves their life. Things that we just typically, we'll just deal with. But these things help. Now, again, we're going to go from cheap to more expensive, and we're going to dive into it. Brevity's sake for this, right? It's going to be fairly quick. So initially, what I recommend for really cheap, for like $10, is these micro USB adapter kits. Now these things can just adapt into USB-C or USB micro, and then you plug these in and you can literally charge almost anything out there. Like here's a Garmin one, you flip this off, hey, there's USB-C, flip it off, hey, there's USB micro. You can add these to pretty much any charge cable, so you have one cable that does multiple different items. These are nice for travel, stuff like that, especially those military folks or just in a vehicle, in a car, just using different devices throughout their career, their job. Definitely helpful out quite a bit. $10. Next, moving up in that is actual good charging cables. These are made by Anker. These are braided, Kevlar braided, so they don't break as easy and stuff like that. Get the 6-footers, longer amount, right? Because everybody's tired of having the super short ones, but these last a really long time. Really, really good brand. Highly recommended. The Anker battery chargers. Next, going on to a piece of clothing. Now this is the infamous waffle top that the military issues. You can find these for about $25, specifically on Amazon. These things are awesome. Now they do make them in a couple different colors, right? This one being coyote brown. If you have that military member in mind, this will go with their uniform, at least depending on what branch of the military they're in. But you can get these in black too, so if you're law enforcement or something like that, or just an outdoorsman in general, man, this stuff is really awesome. The waffle top really holds in the heat, and this is an amazing purchase for about $25 for somebody. Zippered up the front, right? Quarter zip so you can unzip if you get a little bit warm, and then the sleeves have the thumb hole to kind of, when you're getting into bulkier stuff, they don't ride up your shirt. Highly recommended, super cheap. Military says it's good enough, and a lot of military members love the waffle top. Go ask them about it and see if they agree. Next, this has been an awesome kit too. This is a bit kit, a security bit kit. Now this thing has literally everything in it. I'm talking the security bits, hex, Allen, everything. And it's meant to be using a screwdriver or an impact driver like this. It has pretty much every bit you'll ever need. So if you're using like stuff around the house, this will cover down. Super awesome, about 25 bucks, and it literally covers down on literally everything that you will find. Whoever you purchase this for, definitely gonna be thankful having this piece. Awesome. Helps out a lot, so you're not running around looking for different Allen keys and all that other nonsense. Next, socks. Now, not just any socks, these are darn tough socks. These are probably the last pair of socks you'll ever purchase this individual, because they come with a lifetime warranty with them. These are the darn tough ones. They do make military colors, right? This is a coyote brown for those military folks, so if you know somebody, hey, here you go. And then also, here's the normal colors. They make a bunch of different ones, but they're merino wool antimicrobial, so they won't smell and they retain heat. They moisture wick really well. And like I said, the lifetime warranty. If they wear out, you can send them back to Darn Tough. They will replace them for free. Yes, they're about 20 bucks a pair, which is pretty expensive. But again, the last pair of socks you'll ever wear, because once they wear out, you send them in, they give you a new pair. Super cool, highly recommended. Next is a lighter, Zippo specifically, but this one has the butane insert in it. So it's not the traditional zip that you like have to pull and has the flint and everything. Those typically dry up over time. They're kind of a pain. This one is a butane insert that you can just use, and it still has that traditional flip, and yeah, it works really well. Now, you don't have to be a smoker to carry this. Most military law enforcement guys just like carrying some kind of means of fire starting. Personally, I do. And it's a nice fidget spinner, fidget tool, stuff like that, but it also course, creates fire, and you don't have all the details and the issues with a normal Zippo that you will with this. It takes standard butane cartridges, you're good to go. Highly recommended, probably about $30 mark. Next is Anker battery banks. This one here on the right has been going for 10 years in multiple different countries all around the world for my military career. These things are awesome. Highly recommended. They're about the $30 to $50 mark, somewhere around there, depending on what you get. They hold a charge forever, super cold temperatures. I'm talking like in the negatives. I've done these, -20, -18, stuff like that. Still hold a charge just fine. Definitely worth the money. Awesome gift for somebody. Next, Tozo Earbuds. I know they sound kind of off-brand, but these are about 30 bucks and they are awesome. They're, in my opinion, better than the Apple ones. They have noise canceling built into them too, so you can click them, you can hear ambience around you, click them again, and then it brings all that and cuts everything out. So you can mow the lawn with these, stuff like that. Bluetooth, and they are water resistant, so if you like listen to podcasts in the shower, I don't know who does that, but maybe I do. But if you do, these things are waterproof or water resistant as well. Tozo earbuds are about 30 bucks. Super cool. Next cool thing that I highly recommend is a hand warmer. This is an electronic hand warmer. Means you can recharge it. They'll last about 8 to 12 hours depending on the setting you have, and you throw these in a pocket and they produce heat. And I'm talking, if you put on the high setting, it'll last about 8 hours and it'll burn you out, honestly. It's really nice. Oh, these are so great for the wintertime. And it's a battery bank, so you can charge your phone off of it. So these things, I forget the brand of them. I'll throw them in the link in the description box below, but super nice. They're about 30 bucks. You can get a pair of them. Super cool, highly recommended. Next, the best flashlight for common use. This is a Streamlight 1L1AA. Now, it has a weird name to it, but it takes 3 different battery types. So pretty much if you open your junk drawer and you just look in there, if you have a basic battery type, being AA, AAA, or the little fat ones that are CR123s, if you have one of those cell, all 3 will work in this light. So open the junk drawer, there's a AAA, throw it in here, it'll work. That's the super cool thing, especially that preparedness community when you want to have multiple items, you know, or multiple different battery types. This is super awesome. These are about 40 bucks. Reversible pocket clip too, so you can clip on the hat to make it a headlamp. Super nice. Highly recommended. Been using it for years. Next is the Ridge wallet. This is an awesome wallet. I've been using it for literal years, probably 2015-ish is when I transitioned over. Haven't looked back. These are about 60, 70 bucks. Highly recommended, going from a bifold, trifold, leather-based wallet. This is just super easy, keeps all your credit cards, and then you can also put your cash up here on the pocket clip. Super worth it. I know they're a little bit expensive, but man, they're really built very well, tiny, and you can put them in the front pocket instead of the back, so you don't have to go to your chiropractor when you're driving around because your back's all out of whack. Long story, not gonna get into it too much. Next is a water purifier water bottle. This is a Grayl Geopress. Super cool thing about this is you can use this as a normal water bottle day to day, just pour water into it, drink from it. But if you need to, you can literally just grab pond water or any water for the most part, dip it and compress it. It has a cartridge in the bottom that'll take out the viruses, it'll take out bacteria, it'll take out heavy metals, it'll take out fluoride. So if you're just using a normal drinking fountain around the office or something like that, or you're overseas, say going to a third world country, you can use this, put water in it, compress it, and drink, and you'll be good to go. These are about 80 bucks. I use them pretty heavily. I have several of these in my kits, and yeah, highly worth it. My recommendation, once the cartridge goes bad after about 65 gallons, you buy a new cartridge for like 20 bucks, click it in, good to go. Brand new unit, too easy. Next, getting a little bit more expensive is I always recommend a knife. And today's, or this year's, or actually last year's too, is a Benchmade bugout. Super lightweight. These are about 160 bucks, so they are a little bit more expensive, but they're a premium knife, right? They have a really good warranty on them, and it's just an elegant, really nice knife with a good access lock. A lot of people like that lock up with this. Really good bevel and everything on it. Super lightweight, super thin, disappears in the pocket. Good quality base knife, really, really lightweight. And then also I recommend getting them in a different color, not like base browns or greens or stuff, because once you drop them on the ground, if someone would drop them, they typically disappear. But if you get them in blue and orange, they'll find them again. Once they drop them in grass clippings or a pile of leaves, you're like, and that knife is gone. I can never find it again. But if you get them in a goofy color, you'll be able to find them again. That means they'll hold on to that knife for longer after you purchased it for them. Lastly, one of the last items, most expensive, is a Garmin watch. I prefer the Instinct 2 series. Amazing watch. We're talking about $320, $330 for this, but we're covering down on everything. I'm talking GPS on your location, heart rate monitor, workout times. It's tracking your workouts. It's tracking your sleep schedules. It'll tell you navigation, where to go, time, countdown, count up, calories spent, steps, everything. This watch is built in. The military and law enforcement individual wants this watch. It even has a built-in flashlight into it in green and in white. Super cool, highly recommended. This is the tactics version, the tactical version, but the typical 2X is awesome. This is the tactical solar, which is a little more expensive, but they both are amazing premium watches that will track you and help you throughout your day, sleeping, working out, all that kind of stuff. Definitely highly recommended is the Garmin watch. Lastly, I have 2 bits of literature items that are on this list. If you are in that mindset or trying to purchase someone something for their preparedness or their military or something like that, I highly recommend the Professional Citizen Project for community stuff like land navigation, weapons manipulation, literally water purification, anything like that. This series of books has a detailed kind of how-to guide. So if you want that person to be more interested in this type of stuff, highly recommended. Lastly is the Civil Defense Manual, Volume 1 and 2. They come in a pack. This is for that community preparedness, as in things are getting a little bit rough. Hey, maybe I want to stock things back, or maybe you want this individual maybe to get more involved into preparations or being just more mindset-wise, community-wise. These books are awesome for that. They teach you step-by-step guide, really good details. I mean, these are about $100 for the pack. I know it's a little bit expensive, but you are definitely getting your money's worth. 100%. You're getting so much more money or the value out of these books, which is super awesome. Step-by-step planning for, preparedness stuff, stocking back food, water purification, or just taking care of your family. If you want someone to get involved in that, maybe gift them these books and say, hey, take a look at these. These are super nice, awesome how-to guides. So that was pretty much my holiday gift guide. Those are some items. Granted, I have tons in my Amazon list or my shop, which you guys can take a look at. I'll link in the description box below, but these are some of the items that I recommended, from really cheap to kind of getting up there and more expensive, that I would recommend that most preparedness, military, law enforcement, that type of realm, like these based items, and you can't go wrong. Now, if you would want to go to and do the best gift, buy every single one of these, about $850 for every single one of these items. $850, hand them this. All these items are going to be daily used by most individuals for sure, and they're going to be super excited. Granted, that's just my recommendation. Hey, if you're on a budget, go for the cheaper items, way better. But other than that, there's the items. You can find all of the items listed in the description box below. Click on them. If you use Amazon, I do get a little bit of proceeds. So like if you buy this hand warmer, I get a few cents, and that's about it. But you can go to the websites and circumvent me if you don't want to, but the links are right there. It makes it a little bit easier. So other than that, we have PayPal, Patreon. If you like this kind of stuff, definitely like, subscribe. It helps out massively. About 70% of you aren't subscribed, and it helps out a lot if you do. Other than that, I hope you all have a great day. Happy holidays. Have a great one.